Ich freue mich, Kid the Band ist bei mir. Hi Devin, how are
Hi,
you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good, thank
Awesome.
you. What have you been up to these days?
Oh man, driving all over the country.
Driving all over the country. I saw you
Yes.
drive very
Oh
fast.
man.
How did
Yeah.
that go? Do you like the German Autobahn?
Yeah, that's fun. I was just like kind of shocked because my radio rep who I was with, he had no idea I was filming him. So everybody from my team like called him today and they're just like, "Oh, I saw your video." And he was like, "Can you take that down?" And I was just like, "It's a story. It'll disappear in 24 hours."
You're fine, you're fine. And he's not tagged or anything, so he's safe, right?
Right. It's not the States. You can't get pulled over.
True, true. As long as you drive in the like safe zone where you can go unlimited speed.
Yes.
All right, I'm sure you did that though.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, I'm glad you're here. And beforehand, I got a lot of fun facts about you. And one says that you wanted to become a baseball player when you were younger.
Yeah.
And your parents wanted you to become a preacher like your dad. And now you're a musician. What happened in the years
Yeah.
in between?
Oh man. Well, growing up, I played baseball and I wanted to play baseball. But when I was 14, we moved somewhere that I had to stop playing baseball. And so then I was just like, great, like this is not like working out how I thought it was. And that's when I got into music more. And then I started writing music. And I started off as a drummer. Like I grew up playing drums in church and I never wanted to be a singer. I didn't think I could sing. And so then somehow I started writing songs. And then just kind of fell in love with it and realized, okay, this is something I'm passionate about, and I want to be an artist. And then, I just tried to start figuring out how to do that.
And how did you come from being a drummer to being a singer? Like, what made you discover your own voice?
Well, my mom's an amazing singer, like really, really good. And I started singing in choir, but in choir, you sing the harmony parts. And so as a tenor, like, they would teach us a harmony part, but I always thought it was too high. So I would never sing it. I would lip sync. So I was kind of useless. Like I don't even know why they let me be in choir, but I started to sing then, and I started to realize like, okay, like I can sing. But I didn't think like I had like a voice that would make it worth being an artist. Yeah.
Is that why you started then being a songwriter and producer for other artists at first?
That was also, it was also that definitely was a reason. And but the more I started writing songs, I realized like that I have a lot that I want to say, and that I want to be the one saying that. And so I kept on going. But another reason why I started writing songs for others is because I wanted to figure out how to go into music full time, like make it a job. And I didn't have like a crazy social media following. I didn't have like some viral video, like, people weren't like looking for me. So one way that you can, make a living doing music is writing songs for other people. And so I was just like, okay, I just want to get my foot in the door. So I'll just start writing songs for people. And ended up, doing that for a few artists, and then signed, a publishing deal that was focused on me as an artist, which was really cool, and I'm very grateful for. And then, this year I signed a record deal.
Yeah, congratulations
Thank
on
you.
that. We're very
Thank you.
glad you got that one.
I'm very glad too.
Was there a turning point for you where you just said, okay, I need to be the center of attention person, or was that a slow process for you?
I have a hard time being the center of attention. I'm not good at it. I don't like it. So it's like I was real smart choosing music. But it's hard for me. I don't like to be the center of attention, because I feel selfish, and I feel like there's a lot more important things going on in the world, and like, why do I need to be taking up the spotlight? Yeah, so it's kind of hard.
Yeah, we got something in common then.
Oh yeah.
But you need to be heard. Your voice needs to be heard. And you got a new single out, which I think we need to talk about, which is called Easy.
Yeah.
And to me, there's so much depth to that song.
Really?
Yeah. I think like lyrically, it's not very, how to say, it's pretty simple to me, words.
Sure.
But like all in all, it's very deep.
I'm glad you recognize that, because to me it's a very deep song and it means a lot. And like there's so much that I put into this song of myself. I mean, I try to do that with every song, but I try to be as honest as I can, and this song's like very real.
Like, what inspired you to write it?
So with Easy, I wrote it 4 years ago actually, and it was the very first week that I had gone full time into doing music as a job. And the very first session I had that week was with Ellie Due, and she had just moved to LA and like was trying to figure out things. And so, you know, nothing was happening for her yet. Nothing was happening for Kid the Band. And so I had this concept though, this chorus of, you know, life is a hustle for young and for old and so on and so forth. And for me, I wanted the song to be a reminder of everything that I had gone through to get to that point, and all the sacrifices I had made and kind of the obstacles I had to overcome. And I wanted to never forget that, and also remind myself of where I came from and how I was raised and my home. And now 4 years later, you know, even more stuff has happened. And so it's even more special and important to me now to be like, hey, don't forget about everything that you had to deal with to get to this point.
I hear you. And you just mentioned your home, and there is a line that says, never take for granted the place you called home.
Yeah.
Like, what does home mean to you?
That's an interesting question, because I feel like the more that I travel, the more I'm losing the sense of home as a place. For a long time, like home to me was like where I grew up, which is Northern California. But now home to me is like, it's kind of where the people you love are, and the people that helped raise me and shape me. So that's home, I think.
Yeah, I hear you. Now you just mentioned you grew up in Northern California and you moved to LA,
Yeah.
right? To make music, and you lived there and then moved to Nashville,
Yeah.
right? Why? Why'd you make that choice?
Yeah, most people would think like, oh, just stay in LA. But in LA, like nothing was really happening, and my family had moved to a different state. So I didn't have them as like a safety net to go drive to on the weekends. And I was kind of miserable. Like LA was a really dark time in my life, and I needed a change of pace and a change of scenery. So I'd been to Nashville one time to write, and I really liked it, and moved there. Yeah.
It's a far trip though, right?
Yeah, it is. It's like 30 hours driving.
Oh, did you drive ever?
I drove 3 days to get to Nashville. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Did you like prepare a mixtape beforehand or something like old school to get ready for that very long trip?
No, I just like, I think because I have an old car still, and it has a CD player. So you can only listen to the same CD over and over again. And I don't really buy CDs. So I was just playing music from my phone.
Okay, that's the way out then.
Yeah.
Now, Nashville is usually perceived as being like the hub of country music.
Yeah.
Is that still the case? Or what is the music scene like right now?
It's definitely the hub for country music still. But there is more than country music there. Like rock music is really big there. There are some bands like Kings of Leon, Black Keys, Jack White. Those guys are all out of Nashville. And then they have like an indie scene. And then they have a small like pop music scene. So it's growing. I honestly, I don't work with a lot of people. I'm pretty secluded. And like I go to LA to work often and different places. But yeah, there's more than just country.
Always driving back and forth?
Always driving back. Yeah, I drive to Atlanta a lot because I work with people there, and then I go to LA. But I fly to LA.
Okay.
No more driving to LA.
I'm glad. Does the city of Nashville itself serve as an inspiration for you?
Yeah, I would say a little bit for me, because it's a place where I've like, it's kind of become like really comfortable for me. And like, it feels really peaceful. One of the reasons why I stay in Nashville and not LA is because of the quality of life. Like, I'm much happier in Nashville. It's slower paced. Like, people are generally nicer. So all that stuff definitely inspires me. And being around like just so many music people is like, you can't help but be inspired.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Like going back to Ellie Due, which you worked on, or who you worked on. How did you guys meet?
Well, that was actually something that was set up through like my team. Like my publisher had known Ellie because Ellie like grew up in the same town or something. So when Ellie had moved to LA, she was coming back to Nashville and was like wanting to do writing sessions. So my publisher got us in the same room, and yeah, that's how it happened. We never probably would have met any other way.
Is that usually how you end up meeting other artists, through like a third party?
You know, no. Usually like writers, like you'll meet other writers that way, but like with artists, like I'm finding like I meet a lot of artists like if they come to my show, like I'll meet them that way. Or if like we're at an event and we meet each other, or like if it's just on Instagram, like if we just meet each other on Instagram, we're just like, hey, I really like what you do, and connect that way.
Because I saw that you also did a track with a very famous German DJ, Robin Schulz. How did that come about?
I did. Oh man. So like 5 years ago, was that when I think that's when the first big Robin Schulz stuff came out. I remember hearing Waves, and I was like, I gotta get a song to this guy. Like I want to be on a Robin Schulz song. And so it became my mission to like find out how to get to him. And so I had like found his manager's email, who ironically is now my manager. So everything comes back around. But I had found his manager's email and sent him some music, and he liked it, but then stopped responding to me. And then like fast forward like 3 years later, one of my favorite co-writers that I write with, his name's Tommy Lee James, and we wrote a song, and Tommy was working with Stefan's manager, or Robin's manager at the time. And so we had sent the song to him for Robin, and they really liked it and kept it, and they kept my vocal on it. I didn't take the feature. But yeah, it's called Tonight and Every Night.
Yeah, perfect. Like,
it's a pretty love song. It's a song I would never release on my own, but like for Robin, like it made sense, and it's very much, his sound.
There you go. And you were successful.
Thanks.
So if you could choose, now that you've worked with so many artists already, is there someone else that you're like dreaming of collaborating with?
Tracy Chapman.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You probably weren't expecting that, huh?
No, I wasn't. But that's a good choice. Are there any other collaborations coming up that you've already set up, or is there...
No. I was really careful with collaborations, because this Ellie thing is the first collaboration I've done. And I only agreed like to do a collaboration because she wrote the song with me. It was a part of my story. Like it's such an important piece of my journey so far. And I knew that it made sense as a collaboration. As far as future collaborations, I don't have anything planned. And that's not to say like, maybe I'll meet someone like an artist that I write with and we really click and we do something that like, hey, this totally makes sense. But I'm really selective with collaborations because like I'm really protective of kind of like the thing that I've built and like my brand. And so if I have someone on my song, like they have to fit. And if I'm on someone else's song, it has to make sense with everything I'm doing.
Yeah, it totally makes sense. And I heard you talk about your music as being urban rock.
Yeah.
What does that entail for you?
So it's urban in the sense that like I have a lot of hip hop drum programming in my music and a lot of like urban sounds, and also the melodies, like it's kind of rappy at times, which in Easy you hear in the verses. But rock in the sense that aside from Easy, everything else has guitar in it. And like, pretty like distorted, like electric guitar. And then the live show is very much both of those combined.
Okay, are we gonna get to see you live anytime soon?
Yes, I'm gonna be touring in Germany, hopefully before the end of the year.
Oh, very nice. Perfect.
Yeah, you gotta go.
I definitely gotta go.
All right, I'll get you a ticket.
Oh, thank you. There's another song that was released in this year, which is called Human.
Yeah.
Can you let us in on the story that the song tells?
I won't say specifically what the story was, but for me, Human was, it was a realization of, when you're younger and like you're a kid and you can't imagine like someone that you love hurting you, because as a kid, it's just like, well, hey, you're just supposed to love me. Like, and you love me. Like, so why would you hurt me? Like, that doesn't make sense. But when you get older, you realize that even if someone loves you and you love them, they can still hurt you and they still have the ability to hurt you. And that's because they're humans. At the end of, like, we're all human beings at the end of the day. So, you have to understand that and be okay with that.
Yeah, and they are probably the ones that can hurt you the most,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's a very beautiful song.
Thank you.
Now let's get to know you as a person a little bit more.
Yeah.
How would you describe yourself? And I'm giving you a challenge. You're only allowed to use 3 words.
3 words. Intense. Kind. Loving.
It's a good choice.
So hopefully all those three things are what my friends are saying about me, but yeah.
I'm sure they will.
I hope
we'll check on that now.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to do besides making music?
Play sports. Yeah.
Still baseball or?
Yeah, I still play like recreationally, and I don't have a lot of time, but like that's kind of my hobby, and I love it because I play with people who don't do music at all. So like they don't understand anything that's going on in my life. And we don't even talk about music, and like for me, that's a good like escape.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure that sometimes it just feels good to not be caught in that scene somehow.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But of course, music is around you all the time. What do you like to listen to right now?
Right now, I think what I'm really liking is the new 1975 album. The one that has like songs like I'd Love It If We Made It, Give Yourself a Try, like those songs. I really, really like that. I think that's like the writing is really good. Like the music sounds cool. Like I think that's probably the thing. Like if you were to like listen to like my not my iPod, but like go through my Spotify or Apple Music, like that's probably what you'd see a lot of.
Okay, are you into 80s music as well? Because that's like a big part for us as well. We just did another 80s day where we just played 80s the past week.
Really?
So I was
like
wondering, like everything, Queen, Bon Jovi, Kenny Loggins, all of those guys.
Queen is amazing.
Are you into the 80s tunes as well?
Yeah, some. You know what's funny is because some of the in my tracks, like the synthesizer sounds are 80s sounds. And so like 80s music, I love Queen. I watch Bohemian Rhapsody, and it was crazy to me, like when you watch it chronologically, the movie, and you hear their music chronologically, you realize like they had so many big hits decade after decade. Like it was crazy. So yeah, I do like that stuff.
Okay, but there is, well, apart from Queen, is there some other artists that you?
Well, I mean, like Michael was early 80s, right? Or late 80s.
I think he is.
Yeah, that stuff. Prince, stuff like that. Yeah.
Perfect. So I was wondering, is there a quirk of yours that you can't get rid of, or that maybe that's like the most loving thing?
The most loving thing? Probably, I don't even know if it's a quirk, but when I smile, I use my whole face. And like I'm trying not to because it's just like a lot, but that's probably a quirk. Another quirk is sometimes I stutter because my brain moves faster than I talk. And like I would prefer not to stutter. But
yeah, but that happens to me all the time as well. Yeah. No, but I think I like you using your eyes as well while smiling, because I know so very much. Oh my God, I got caught now. See, I stutter as well.
I started. I'm sorry.
It's all right. I know so many American people who just go like, and I'm like, just smile.
Yeah,
do it.
It doesn't. The smile doesn't get up here. Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, see. So it's not your first time in Germany, though, am I right?
No, this is now my third time in Germany.
Third time. So where have you been before?
Well, last year when I first came to Germany, I went to Frankfurt, and then I went to a very small town called Koppenplatz. Is that a...
Oh, I don't...
See? So small you don't even know. You don't even know where it is. Then this year, I lived in Berlin for like 6 weeks, and I also went to Munich and Frankfurt. But now, I've been driving around. I've been seeing like the whole country.
What did you do in Berlin?
Well, I played some shows and kind of met everybody. I really wanted everybody to know that like I care about being in Germany because obviously I'm American and but I'm signed to a German label. So I want everybody, as far as listener or media people or whatever, to know like, hey, like I'm here and I want people to know I'm here and that I'm proud to say that I'm signed to a German label and music is coming out of here.
Yeah, we're glad you're here. I'm repeating myself.
That's okay. That's okay.
Have you been, but you haven't been around down south? So
like
Frankfurt
Stuttgart,
is as south as you got before?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Have you picked up any German expressions?
Yeah. Like I know, obviously like Guten Tag, Guten Morgen. I say that a lot. I say Guten Tag a lot.
That's good though.
It's a good one.
You know how to greet people.
Yeah, I like cheers.
Cheers. Yeah.
Sounds like cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
I like those things.
Nice one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you know what I really love that's German? I'm vegetarian, so I have to have the vegetarian option, but currywurst.
Is that like a funny word to you?
No,
you just like the...
I just like the idea of it.
Yeah.
And my German friends are like, it's like fast food. It's like junk.
It's turning 70 soon. I just read today.
Really?
The currywurst.
You read that today?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like synchronistic now.
Well, I'm good. I'm a part of history.
There you go. No, you mentioned that you drive from LA to you did that once, driving from LA to Nashville. Now you're just traveling through Germany. Do you like to travel in general?
Yeah, I do, because I love new experiences. They inspire me and they motivate me, and I just feel so blessed and so grateful to be able to do it because I'm seeing so much of the world, and you know that's like for some people they'd never have that opportunity. And I think once you travel too, your perspective broadens, and you realize that hey, life is not about me. It's like there's so much more, and you can just learn so much about yourself and about other people.
Yeah, totally true. Like you can realize that there's so much more to just the few kilometers that you spent your life in usually, right?
Yeah, and ideas and beliefs and everything. Like, you know, there's a whole big world, and I think it's important that you get outside of your box because it'll make you a better person.
Is that inspirational to you as well for songwriting?
Yeah, because here I'm experiencing new things. I'm meeting new people that have new ideas, that say new expressions. Songs can come out of anywhere, from a new word or a new phrase to going to seeing a new place. It's all about, being inspired and taking from the real life experiences. Yeah,
so let's stick to traveling, but we're traveling ahead in time.
Okay, space travel. Let's do it. Time and space.
If you imagine yourself in 10 years from now, how do you see yourself?
10 years from now, hopefully I'm doing I wouldn't want to do greatest hits because then you kind of give up as an artist once you do greatest hits. But hopefully I'm touring the world still playing music. That's the dream.
Fingers crossed.
Yep.
So what else is going on this year?
So I'm in Germany until Saturday, and then I go home to Nashville and I shoot a music video the very next day, and then I rehearse and then jump on the road. I'm going on tour in the States. I'm opening up for this artist named NF. It's really exciting.
Cool.
Yeah. And then I'm supposed to come back here and play some shows and more music.
Looking forward to that. Are you shooting the music video for a new single that we don't know of yet?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
You probably can't tell.
No.
No. All right. We'll just
because easy is the only song that matters.
That's a nice way to finish this interview, I think.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And good luck with everything.
Thank you. I'll take it.